He took little X.
Funny. And little Instagram.
He doesn't own Instagram.
He doesn't own Instagram. He just took little X.
All the sort of federal money going to media companies is what helps explain why the legacy media all says the same thing at the same.
He took little X funny and little Instagram. He doesn't own Instagram. He doesn't own Instagram. He just took little all the sort of federal money going to media companies is what helps explain why the legacy media all says the same thing at the same time. The internet has gone into a frenzy after Whoopi Goldberg made surprising remarks about Elon Musk's son, causing a ripple effect across social media platforms. Needless to say, Musk did not take the comments lightly. While The View has been no stranger to controversy, this particular moment might just surpass all previous ones. As soon as Whoopi's words aired, the reaction was instant. Fans, critics, and even some of her longtime supporters began criticizing her. However, the real intensity surfaced when Elon Musk himself got involved. And if there's one thing people know about Elon, it's that he doesn't stay silent when his family is targeted. The moment someone took a shot at his child, he treated it like an all-out attack. He responded without delay and didn't mince words, directly calling out Whoopi and her co-hosts in a scathing social media post, accusing them of being bullies for making fun of a child on national television. Has allowed all kinds of people to come on. People we agree with, people we don't agree with. I've not been a fan of this man's. I don't like how he talks to us. I don't like how he talks to the nation. He called the incident repulsive and claimed it exposed their true nature. And as expected, his tweet exploded within seconds. It was everywhere. The internet quickly split into two sides. Those who supported Musk and others who felt he was taking it too far. But even as the controversy gained momentum, Elon didn't slow down. He doubled down on his position, putting The View under intense scrutiny and turning the spotlight on everything the show represented. This wasn't just about being offended. Musk seemed determined to uncover what he believed was a deeper issue. Then came the real shocker. Musk didn't limit his criticism to Whoopi alone. He took aim at the entire show, claiming The View was nothing more than a scripted platform built to push personal narratives. And these weren't just baseless claims. He brought evidence to support his words. He also called out the network itself, insisting it should be held responsible for allowing guests to speak unchecked and without proper fact-checking. His bold statements sent ripples through the media world, forcing many to question how much of daytime television is truly genuine. And just when it seemed like the situation couldn't escalate further, it did. Musk had one final message, and he made it crystal clear. If anyone targeted him, they had to be prepared to deal with the consequences. And this time, he wasn't just referring to an online argument. Rumors began swirling that Musk might pursue legal action or even leverage his vast influence to apply real pressure on the network. Some sources claimed The View's executives were scrambling behind the scenes, working urgently to manage the fallout before things spiraled further. And it's important to remember Musk's reach goes far beyond the internet. His power extends across tech, business, and media. If he truly wanted to set an example, he could. The only question left now is whether The View will stand its ground or if they're about to learn what it really means to challenge Elon Musk. Elon Musk took his son X to a press conference. I did not name the child. And I don't want to hear any more mess about our names. Okay. Anywho, he took little X and little Instagram. He doesn't know Instagram. He doesn't own Instagram. He just took little X with, according to insiders, The View has descended into full-blown crisis mode and things are spiraling fast. Producers are scrambling behind the scenes. PR teams are in complete chaos. And ABC executives are reportedly losing their grip as every effort to contain the backlash keeps failing. Just when one problem seems under control, another one erupts. At the heart of this unraveling storm are Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar. Two of the show's most prominent voices now facing intense backlash from all directions. Social media isn't holding back with users digging up their past statements and using them to paint a picture of a long-standing pattern. This isn't just a minor controversy. It's an escalating disaster, and the damage only seems to be deepening. What makes this situation even more dangerous is that it's not about a clumsy comment or an offhand joke. This time they targeted Elon Musk's son. And if there's one thing people universally understand about Musk, it's that he doesn't brush off personal attacks. He's not the kind of CEO who simply issues a statement and walks away. This is Elon Musk, the man who owns Twitter, shapes online discourse, and possesses the kind of influence that could permanently damage a show like The View. If he truly wanted to, he could bring the show down in ways they never anticipated. And it already appears that he's pulling the strings, because the moment Musk fired back, the internet exploded. His response to Whoopi and Joy was scathing, and it marked only the beginning. Within moments, the post had gone viral, accumulating millions of views, reactions, and shares. The public backlash was swift, not only from Musk's loyal followers, but also from everyday viewers who felt The View had finally stepped too far over the line. On The View today, Whoopi made fun of Elon Musk's 4-year-old son. So, yesterday, Elon Musk took his son X to a press conference. I did not name the child. And I don't want to hear anyone mess about our names. Okay. You take aim at a 4-year-old. I mean, look, I get that he's operating at your reading level, but come on. At least have the decency to go after someone who's reached puberty. They weren't just angry. They were demanding action. And that's when everything truly spiraled out of control. The hashtag #CancelTheView started trending across Twitter with overwhelming force. But unlike typical internet outrage that fades overnight, this one had momentum. People weren't merely expressing frustration. They were pushing for real consequences. Boycott began taking shape, and social media was flooded with calls to shut the show down entirely. But what makes this situation far more alarming is that it's not just a PR nightmare. It's turning into a financial crisis. When a show loses the trust of its audience, the damage isn't limited to headlines. It hits the bottom line. And right now, The View's financial future is in jeopardy. Major advertisers, the very foundation of the show's revenue, are reportedly reconsidering their deals. No brand wants to be associated with a program engulfed in this level of public outrage. While social media backlash is common, a full-scale advertiser retreat is another story altogether. Sources claim that several top-tier sponsors are already deep in discussions about pulling their ads. And if that happens, the consequences will be dire. Without advertisers, there's no income. And without income, The View could be facing an existential threat. At this point, the real question isn't about repairing reputations. It's about survival. ABC executives are said to be in panic mode, desperately exploring any option to contain the fallout. Whoopi and Joy are under immense pressure to respond. But with the situation so volatile, even a single misstep could make things worse. The network is scrambling. The public is furious. And Elon Musk, well, he's clearly not backing down anytime soon. X is an adorable name. And perhaps a grown woman who named herself Whoopi should refrain from mocking a 4-year-old for the name his parents gave him. Yes, Whoopi picked that name for herself. She's actually Karen Elaine Johnson. Now, how did Karen become Whoopi? You're going to love this. According to Goldberg, once I started getting parts in players, I wanted a name that sounded more interesting. Karen Johnson, wasn't it? Some people at the Rep called me Whoopi because I would let loose with a "he's just getting started." And if The View thought they could quietly move past this, they've seriously misjudged who they're dealing with. The bigger question now looming over everything is whether this marks the beginning of the end for The View. Because this isn't just another controversy or a headline that fades after a few news cycles. This could be the breaking point that pushes the show beyond the edge. For years, The View has thrived on controversy, challenging norms, and provoking reactions with its bold, unapologetic approach. But this time, it seems they may have crossed a line that can't be uncrossed. Going after Elon Musk's child didn't just stir the pot, it tipped it over, sent the contents flying, and practically set the entire kitchen ablaze. It all began with what appeared to be a heartfelt father-son moment. Elon Musk made a rare public appearance with his son at a major press event, standing proudly not as a tech mogul or a billionaire, but simply as a dad. It was a side of Musk the world rarely sees, one stripped of Twitter drama, tech ambitions, and media buzz. Just a father and his son sharing an authentic moment. But Whoopi Goldberg saw it differently. Instead of acknowledging it as a touching glimpse into Musk's personal life, she treated it as a setup, an opportunity she couldn't resist, and she seized it. If you're a father, you will really understand. And there's nothing more motivating than looking at the future of your children and saying, what will I give them? 'Cause the country that I build right now and help to protect, that's the one they're going to inherit. Will they have to spend their entire lives fixing my problems 'cause I was such a selfish, lazy bastard? I preserved nothing for them. Or am I going to fix these things so that I do the hard work and they get the benefit?